Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I am back again, once again. So, hello, world. Funny, a space shuttle, or that is the first thing that we transmit to the universe pretty consistently. So, that is very interesting. Well, whoa. Oh, goodness, I have lost myself. Uh, Let me reset my water doll real quick. Uh, but yes. Uh, oh, goodness gracious. But anyways, let's see. Let me turn down. Oh, the desktop audio is already down. But yes, today is beach day, and seems I got blown away. But these cooking streams tend to seemingly leave me in a rather dire position. Uh, we'll see soon, though. Hopefully. Uh, there I am. Hello. Yeah. Let me just change my hair real quick. Yes. And no. There we go. I'm back. I swear. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lamp. All right. So today is beach food, and well, we'll be making some cookout food that hopefully we get to enjoy maybe on the beach tomorrow. It's warming up over here. The sun is out, and the weather is pretty nice-ish. So we'll be trying to get out into the sun and maybe have some stuff all ready and packed up. So a lot of this can be double for actually picnic food, things like that. Yeah, yeah. I am actually one of the people that I may not enjoy the sun, but I do enjoy the beach. So we'll make it work. But yeah, a lot of these foods are meant to be shelf stable and well, kind of shelf stable, and things that are can be eaten in like a picnic setting or in a other type of settings. So it's up to you how you wish to use this. I'm just doing some very basic recipes today. So that way you don't feel any stress at all whatsoever when you're actually getting ready for the beach and all that. So hopefully you'll have some fun at the beach and not have to worry and maybe just well, not everyone can afford a cooler. So there have been times that literally all I have is a bag in hand, like from the grocery store, and have run to the beach. Though those days have, let's just say, been quite in my youth, many a decade ago, maybe a millennia. So lots of beaches back then, lots of water and fire. Oh, so um, what else? Oh, I found out that Borderlands is releasing at 9 a.m. where I am at on Thursday instead of Friday. So I will probably be playing Borderlands on. Ah. Oh, what happened, Lamp? Why does the beach dislike you? I would hope the beach did. didn't dislike you too much. Uh, well, at least you don't get GTA'd over there, right? I was Yeah, it would be interesting to see all the scrapped, project plans for GTA 6. I believe we're back in Vice City, Miami-ish area, so, yeah, it's gonna be interesting when that comes around. I I'm not sure if I'm gonna be playing GTA 6, but I know, like I was saying, gonna be playing Borderline and probably early. Um, Probably, I believe it's 9 AM my time, so it should be ready to stream by the time, like, I get to streaming. So I'll probably play Thursday and Friday. So you y'all get to put up with me for 2 days. Then I'll figure something out for Saturday. Uh, Maybe some car trip food? Yeah, a lot of people are going back to college. Maybe some, like, trail mix and car trip stuff and how to make popcorn on the stove and things like that, like, not from a bag, but from an actual stove. So, yeah, maybe that actually may be a good idea. Mhm. So, yes, next week will probably be car trip food as there ain't no rest for the wicked. There's a time I almost ended up Oh, no. Eh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my oh my gosh. Holy wow, that's, yeah, yeah, fair, fair, yeah, that's why on the beach, you always need to wear flip-flops now, and yeah, it's humans have become less mindful of each other. Especially, like, things like that, so I always have, like, thick, sandals. Ah, so you have a nice harpoon. Good for you. Yeah, but definitely if you're doing a beach trip, please use thick sandals. Oh, any type of dagger you prefer? Gladius, stilettos, what kind? Well, I guess even a butcher's knife is, considered a dagger if you're, persistent enough, so uh, but yeah. Stiletto. Oh, kukuris. Oh, interesting. Using a kukuri is, very difficult because you have to be faster than your opponent. So, kukuris are not advised unless you know spatial awareness and placement, especially, how to feign, uh, especially your attacks, because you have to catch them in the middle, usually for the best slice. So, yeah, kukuris are a certain talent set that's, basically you are an evasion tank with a high agi build. Stilettos, on the other hand, are parrying tanks where that's a high dexterity build. So basically, yeah. Fair. Yeah. At least, well, we have at least debunked the myth that the ammonia in urine helps with the jellyfish sting. So don't let anyone piss on you if you actually get stung by a jellyfish. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've been, well, I do enjoy the beach very, very much. I do enjoy the aquarium a lot. Yes, yes, it does, to denature it. Do not put boiling water on your skin, that causes a whole different set of problems, but yes, you need to denature it with pretty much a hot shower. So, yeah, so, no worries about that one. Yeah, it's very interesting how the toxin and the stories of how to remove it, has gone about, like how to remove the venom from a snake bite. And well, people are like, "Oh, you cut little slits and you, suck it out." And it's just like, "No, no, you do not." Um, so if you do that, you get the venom in your mouth, and if you have any open cuts or scrapes or things like that in general, it causes irritation. Leeches are not advised because leeches have a special biological enzyme in them that they inject into a wound that keeps you bleeding. So usually that's why they say burn off the leech because they let you go. And basically it also cauterizes the wound. So that's why you actually do that. Um, but yeah, it's leeches are not great, especially for because they keep you continuing to bleed, and it's never, ever, ever advised. Uh, yeah, some sort of vacuum usually is the best way to go. Um, Usually, like pulling like a rubber glove or uh, like a balloon or something like that, or um, yeah, or making a tourniquet real quick, a harsh tourniquet, which tourniquet, all it means is tying something that goes completely around and cuts off blood flow to the area. So usually that's the way to go. There are fancy vacuums. So, yeah. Do not use a belt for a tourniquet because there is a little pyramid-shaped cone that inevitably happens. Um, though a belt isn't too bad if it's used on a major trunk on of the body. So, like, if you are ble bleeding, like, from your thigh, if that's all you have, put, like, some cloth in between it and clamp it down, but if it's anything like an arm or, like, the lower legs or things like that, it's not worth it. So, yeah, uh, it's you have to kind of tighten it as much as you can, so that's where the worry comes in. So, what's actually better is if you're wearing a swimsuit and you have a string that tightens and opens and closes things, you can actually tighten it to the point where and twist it so you can actually have a tourniquet. But yeah, hopefully you'll never have to encounter something that actually requires a tourniquet. Yes, strong elastic materials do work best because has enough give, but it's hard to find strong elastic material. So, uh, well, sometimes in the car you can fashion one out of a seat belt or something like that. Just cut away the center seat belt and yes, thickness of the skull will prevent a shot. So the side of the head is where you're actually, yeah, wanting to go because it's a thinner cranium area, unless you're going directly through the eyeball, if I remember correctly, through the back of the eyeball where the bone is the thinnest and the weakest. So, but that is a hard, hard thing to do. And then, yeah, well, a lot of the times is bears have a hard difficulty moving. So, yeah, you use actual, like, branches or things to and back it up against the rock or against the ground to kind of prevent, like, basically a barrier kind uh, of lance. So if it's running into you, it runs into that. Yeah, same with, wild pigs and boars and things like that. They are very stupid and usually just go headlong into stuff. So, yeah, yeah, you taking into consideration a lot of things. There's, a lot you can do. Like, yes, a barrier. Uh, but yes, what else? Um, hmm. But yeah, I have a fair number of camping equipment things. Hopefully, a lot of this can be done over a stove. Like, you don't need any special equipment like a microwave or anything like that. So it's basically to show you how, like, oh, you just need kind of this one deep pot kind of thing. So I am using a bit of special equipment, but I will show you other things that are very useful and come in handy alongside of it. Um, so yeah, it's that way you can take it camping or like a picnic or things like that. Hopefully, hopefully. That's the real hope. So yeah. What else? I will be showing you how to reheat like leftover bread, things like that. Like I bought a baguette yesterday and froze it because it is bread, and to show all of you how to reheat some bread. And so we probably should get started on that before anything else. Well, then again, it doesn't take too long. So, well, anyways, let's get started on the meal. So, okay. Ta-dam. Hello. Oisho. And that should pop on in a moment. Hello. Undo. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can move this out of the way a bit. What? No feetsies. Uh, eh, oh well. Y'all have to live with it. So, this is the special pot I will be using. It is a steamer pot. It's a great multi-use invention because you can use it as a sauce pot. What? So, as you can see down below, well, I've just boiled a lot of. We have hard water here, so there's down below there, and then you just do that and do that. Ta-da! This is a steamer pot, so um, like, and oh, these are my Kevlar gloves, so I don't rush around and well, cut myself up. But let me. Kevlar gloves tend to go with this very well. So, all right. So I have my un baguette, the baguette for bread. So this is my baguette. So as you can see, it's hard as a rock. It's frozen solid, things like that. So what you want to do actually is go over to the sink and not exactly wash, but but get your hand wet and kind of moisten the outside. Yes, it is. Well, it. I tend to like a sandwich where I can cut open the side and basically just make a flip open sandwich for these kind of things. So I wet my hand and I wet the outside just enough. See how it's shiny now? So all of that wetness, when put into an oven or cooked over an open flame for a little while as you're turning it, will go inside. So that's what we're looking for. So let me go throw this in the oven real quick. Wow. Okay. Uh, so I have the oven just set for 350. And basically you only need until it's like roasty toasty. So it's not much more than probably 5-10 minutes max. So in the meantime, we will be making, well, it probably later, but here we go. Potatoes. You all should remember this one from last time, the blue ones, but I'm going to be using the white ones probably, well, this time. So let me get a bowl real quick. All right. Let me put the other baguette away and into the bowl. Wow. Okay, there we go. Goes a fair number of these white potatoes. As you can see, I'll be using the other potato types later, but I need to wash these first because all of these things need to be kind of washed and things like that prior to it. So washing them all. All right. So now they're all washed and scrubby scrubbed. So I got all the dirt off and things like that. This is just residual kind of bruising, things like that. So the skin on these is perfectly fine to eat. There are no eyes on it, things like that. So over here, ta-da. I'm gonna probably flip this knife in an unfortunate way. So we're getting started on the potato salad first because it takes a minute or so to cook. So we're going to be using the bottom part of this pan, not the steamier part quite yet. Well, we're going to be using the steamer part too, but we need to fill the bottom part up with water because, well, as steam indicates, it requires water. All right. And onto the stove it goes. All right. Ooh, there we go. Flames are controllable. You always want to add salt, even if we're using the steamer basket. Salt is a soluble in boiling water material, so salt is good in your water. You want to always add salt. Okay. All right. Onto the top it goes. All right. Let's see. So I'm going to try and make these as uniform as possible because uniformity means same-ish cooking times. That means things aren't overcooked or undercooked. So Why I chose a lot of these that looked the same-ish. So, remember, I am a home chef. I am not a professional chef. So, uh, some of the stuff I do, is actually kind of dangerous. So I do not use the bear claw and things like that when cutting. So just have to kind of pick and choose your battles. All right. And we shall. All right, this one's a big one, so I'm actually going to divide this up into 3 slices for evenness. All right. If you spot any pieces that have like darkening and things like that, feel free to like chuck them. So, oh, but and you really don't want pieces that are green. Um, well, you can go down further, but you would have to shave off a lot of stuff to get rid of that green. But it's ill-advised because potatoes are, as you know, part of the deadly nightshade family. And as such, they can get you, I believe it has cyanide in it, so it can get you very, very sick if you do not handle them properly. That's why there is a very set growing season and drying season for potatoes. Yep. Green potatoes means go back and plant it, or it's been in the sunlight too long. Yeah. But yes, thank you, Riza, for confirming. We shall. All right, and one more. Okay, all the potatoes are done. Ta-da! See, wee. So, what you do actually have to worry about for potatoes is oxidization. So usually, like if you put something over it, yep, yep. But yeah, you can put like a little bit of lemon juice or water or things like that over it. But I am just going to put a bit of this. Actually, no. Let's do a bit of seasoned salt. So seasoned salt. I've had this container forever, so it's really funny. All right, seasoned salt over it, and mix it up, and then open the pot. We're going to be steaming them. Ta-da! That way, you can have it at a campfire and things like that. So, well, let's see. What next is? Ooh, look. Uh, let's see. We have another thing that needs to go on the stove right now. So, we need this is a all useful pan that I'm going to get out. Ugh, and it's not there. Oh, there it is. So we are going to move this big pan. Oh my gosh, so heavy. We're going to move this pan over to another flame and let it boil. Okay. and move this one here. So this is a cast iron skillet, also known as a very heavy portable weapon and club, also known good for workouts and keeping intruders away. Oh, especially in Rapunzel, it, Flynn actually really liked their frying pan, so it makes an excellent club. So we have some onion. Full moon skillet, yep. uh, all right, so I'm taking the outside layer off because it's yucky. Usually there's all the blemishes and things, and the inside is very nice and clean and all that. But yes, lamp, if you have a customer like that, you give them the special sauce, don't you know? Okay. So, for this, I need a bit more precision than with these gloves. So, all right. So I'm cutting off the dry bottom layer since I've used this onion before. What? And rinse. All right. So this technique is one that a lot of chefs use. Just create lines for a diced onion. So I don't have to, so I can be extremely lazy and don't have to like dice it up. This just turns it into a uniform kind of thing. And then just going across the bottom here. So as you can see, it's now all diced and one down, and I have a perfect dice already. Another down, another perfect dice, and last one, and I just throw away the butt. So all set up, all ready. And as you can see, only minimal work to go back for some of the larger pieces. All right. So yeah, some of it's breaking down. But on this pan, just it's now ripping hot. A little bit of oil. Basically, if you keep your or your cast iron skillet well seasoned, it's pretty much what is it called? A non-stick item. So it sticks very, very little. And well, getting the oil covered and coated all the way around the bottom. And then in the onion goes. So we're making caramelized onions. So just a little bit of salt to pull out more moisture. So I'm extremely lazy, like really, really lazy. So I do something bad. I do this at high heat and use a cheat. As you can see, I do this at very high heat. And see how it's already turning? Well, this makes it my life a lot easier and a lot quicker. So the smell in here smells very nice right now. Usually you can put a pinch of baking soda if you want it more gloopy, like falling apart kind of onions without like actual kind of like onion look. You can put an additional pinch of sugar to bring out the caramelization factor. But Yeah, as you can see, this is going very, very quick. Let me move you. There you go. As you can see, it's going very, very, very quick. This is why I'm using cast iron, because cast iron makes this go so much faster. All right. So once you see it starts, like some of the bits start sticking, that's when you kind of like know to use this cheat, which I'm going to do in a moment. All right. All right. Browning has kind of been maxed out. And all right, just a little H2O. So this is the process called deglazing. Usually you can do it with wine or balsamic vinegar or things like that. Like balsamic onions are very, very, like, very tasty, but this gives them a little bit of a longer life, so you can get them a little bit darker without actually burning them. So kinda fun. Well, all right, so we stir it around lots and lots until there's a lot of stuff on the pan again, and then we deglaze it again. So you just kind of keep doing that, and it allows you to kind of cook at high heat very fast. Like I said, I'm very, very lazy. Uh, so this is kind of like my home cook kind of meal. Like if I want quick onions, this makes my life easy. Ah, all right, so just get it back in, deglaze everything, let them reabsorb and then re-expunge their kind of sugars and things like that. So, all right. Da-dum, da-dum. See how dark they're turning now? And the centers are cooking too? It's my lazy cheat because they pretty much taste the same but still have a little bit of a bite. So, but yeah, the more you do it, as you can see, the more crumbs and stuff you get, or the more you need to glaze it and the quicker because the more sugars come out and the more you've kind of washed off the oils and stuff like that. So it's not as easy to kind of get stuff up. So yeah, in that goes. See how it's turned instantly brown. So what you can do actually with the water is add other things to it. So a lot of the times, like for the water and things like that, I will add like mustard or molasses or a drop of liquid smoke or things like that. And that allows me to kind of impart a bit more flavor onto the onions themselves. It's like how you use balsamic to kind of get more flavor and stuff. All right. Well, so you all remember the bowls. And remember, always use a hot pad because this is really freaking hot and really freaking heavy. So, all right. So we will not be using this one again for a little bit. So I'm going to put it off to the side here and turn off the stove. No more flame, no more heat. Thank goodness. But over yonder, you can see the potatoes. The potatoes are steaming right now, and I need to check if they're fork tender. So fork tender means just basically I can stab it with a fork and it won't do anything bad. Like it's not too like gummy or yucky or anything like that. And that's the bread. So, yep. As you can see, the baguette is ready. So I'm gonna actually put it on the back counter here. And we'll slice into it once it's cooled a moment. Let it redistribute it. All right, let me get out another heating pad because this is very hot. Okay, so let's check if it's fork tender. Or actually, I don't even need a fork. Less dishes, right? So I can use my knife and check if it's knife tender. Yeah, as you can see, very little resistance when it comes to being pushed in. So that means this is all set and ready. Okay, so that means it is coming out. So you can actually, if you have more time, I would use baked potatoes or things like that. Just wrap them in foil and throw them in the campfire. So that actually makes life a heck of a whole lot easier. But not everyone has extra time. I believe it takes like 45 minutes or something like that. But yeah, it can take a while. But this needs to cool a little bit. So I'm going to put it under some air right now. So, all right, it's gonna go, so they're gonna cool and then, so the outside can gelatinize a bit. And now we're on to, let's see, what is our next thing? I'll do that later. Uh, why don't we go with that? Ow, hot. Remember, kids, don't play with the hot water or the hot pan. So, what's a cookout without hot dogs? So, we have some nice hot dogs here. If if it wants to open at some point. Uh, Sometimes technology makes things easier and sometimes makes it harder, but these easy peel things at times are more of a nightmare than it's worth. So let's do 2 hot dogs. All right. So hot dogs, if you don't want them to burst in a weird way or do something weird, you kind of always score them. Scoring just means you slice into them a little bit to kind of relieve pressure. So as you can see, I'm scoring them. And I'm going to turn it on its back. I'm going to score it again. 1, 2. Welcome back, lamp. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So now you can see it's been properly scored. And I'm just going to throw it into the water that we were steaming. And move this back onto the flame with the lid on. So let's clamp the lid on. Ta-dam. Move this onto the flame until it starts boiling again. And while we wait for it to boil, we are going to have use for this pan, which is the steamer side. So the steamer side is great because what you can do is if you've ever been to places that steam their buns or you steam their clams, just take your buns, drop them in, and you will probably have steamed buns soon. Makes your life simple, makes your life easy. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, my audio is not the greatest when I'm up here cooking. So, yeah. Thank you. So, there's all sorts of ways to do hot dogs. I have no idea how you kind of like to do yours. My favorite actually is chili dogs, but that's not very camp friendly. So camp friendly usually is you bring a packet of ketchup and you bring a packet of mustard and you're good to go. Other than that, there are specialty stores that sell things like this. So I went to the market today and was able to procure. This is a hot dog bun that has hot dogs or sausages all the way around it. And it has green onions and cheese and all that other kind of stuff. So let me open it up. As you can see, there's the end. It's usually one whole hot dog. So cut, cut. And these last outside kind of for quite some time. Oh. Mogul, mogul. But thank you, Lamp, for all the notifications. I'll drink right now. Wow. I have a back counter behind me, so oh, some of the stuff that you see goes onto there. All right. So, as you can see over there, Asha, there you go. The hot dogs are boiling and they are splitting open. So, bringing you back all the way around here. And, I am now going to put how hot this and steam the buns just for a moment using the boiling water. But yeah, hot dogs are very interesting. There's so many different ways. There's the New York style with like relish or and things like that. There's like Chicago style. There's San Paulo style. There's like California style. There's what New Mexican, Arizonan, Texan, um, Jewish, Canadian. Basically, anywhere that's gotten their hand on hot dogs pretty much has made a style for hot dogs. So Wow. All right. While that's underway, I'm going to show you in a bit how to make potato chips out of pretty much one teeny tiny potato. So this is our teeny tiny potato, but it's gonna translate to a bigger scale. But what I'm gonna need is this because I'm afraid as heck of this thing. So there's usually a guard that's on top of it, but the guard usually slips away or messes up, things like that. So what you want to do is just make sure that you can get a Kevlar glove and go. See, my fingers already rammed into it, but I got to use the entire potato. Oh, I'm going to throw away the end here. See, tiny potato. Ta-da! And let me take this off the heat. So this is probably ready. Let me get some tongs out. So, does anyone else have these? And then when you get them, you open them. You have to do the two clacks first. So, as you can see, steamed hot dogs or hot dog buns, nice and steamy. The inside is nice and plush. Ready? It's law. Yes, it is indeed law. So you grab the other one, nice steamy, nice insides. So that's why we steam the hot dog buns up for a little minute. And then we just pull this off, the steamer. And we're going to wash that one. And as you can see, our hot dogs are now cooked. They look spiraled, but trust me, it's better than what better than letting them explode however they want and get hot dog residue over the water. So we're going to dump the hot water out and let it dry up for a moment. So that means putting it back over heat. All right. And let me just get a bigger plate. Something else. And we have this small plate here. So ta-da, small plate. So we have options. What do you guys want on it? I have things like pickles, I have mayo, I have mustard, I have ketchup, I have uh, all sorts of things. But yes, like the reason why sausage, yeah, bangers. Or made a, yep, pop bang, yep. No pickles or mustard, okay. So what do you want on it, Lamp? We can put the caramelized onions on it. Ta-da! So what do you want? Usually, if I'm eating on the beach, it's usually just ketchup and mustard, and I'm done. That's it. I'm good to go. But actually, I have an idea. Let's put these in, and well, let's just cut them in half, and we can have it in 4 different styles. Ketchup mayo, souls of the damned, caramelized onions, crushed potato chips. There. So I am lacking a little bit on Souls of the Damned at the moment. The only souls I have are crushed ones, so that will have to do for now. Um, but let me put some oil in the pan over here real quick. and let this heat up. So these are gonna go into the little pan over there. All right. So the first one is a la lamp. So we have to put some caramelized onions because caramelized onions is preserves very well, adds a lot of flavor to a lot of things. So first is oh, so oddly enough, let me see. Uh, we do have some because I was going to bring it out for a plate later. So we have caramelized, or we do have, well, if I can grab one, pineapple. Ta-da! I was gonna actually do it alongside whatchamacallit, watermelon later. So so there's very interesting things. Why people usually get a prickly throat after eating pineapple is because there is a little burr inside like raw pineapple. So if you don't want that little burr and a prickly throat or like things like that, you can actually whatchamacallit, cook it or cook pineapple for a little bit, then re-refrigerate it. Well, cooked pineapple, what it does is it uh, uh, denatures the burr and actually breaks it down. So, well, different strokes for different folks. I don't judge. Yeah, watermelon for some people. So, all right. So you wanted ketchup, mayo, and so let's get the ketchup out. All right. Blech. Always make sure you shake your ketchup beforehand, or else it gets the very weird, runny, watery stuff. So there you go, ketchup. And all right, over here. Uh, so we have Japanese Kewpie mayo or terry mayo. So I enjoy that a lot. So we have that. And there is, okay. Oh, here is the lamp special. What? Oh, goodness gracious. All right, lots of running around. Okay, so here is the lamp special hot dog. All right, and now we're going to grab all this. Oh, we have fireworks outside. Let's see. All right, I should probably put up Twitch right now. Double check on things. Uh, yeah, and green, green manager. There we go. Look. Okay, Stream Manager's loading. Once it goes through the... Okay, so we have our potatoes and we're just gonna fry them real quick in some shallow oil because there's not too many. But you don't really need too many. Welcome back. Okay. All right. So there's that. And we need a slotted spoon. Get them out. Remember, slotted spoon is best to get things in oil out of oil because you don't want to drag an entire... Wow. Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Lamp. Yeah. Yeah, my headset turns off periodically. So unfortunately, I have to deal with that. So, wow. Okay. But in the meantime, while we are waiting for these to turn golden brown and delicious, oh, we have to get out to the potato chips for Lamp. So we have sea salt potato chips, as you can see. Yeah. But, so here is our hot dog a la lamp. All right. So we can have what's called I think a senor or um, a senora dog, I believe it's called. And that just means guacamole. So we had some avocados earlier that I mashed up, things like that. So guac goes down. Do not have the crispy onions. Yes, I know. I do not have the crispy onions, so I'm going to have to put up with the caramelized onions again. And then we have more potato chip to replace. And I believe all it requires after that is what? Okay, come out, please. Instead of ketchup, we are going to use a bit of salsa. So, ta-da! You have your Sanora dog, I believe it's called. So, uh, that's one down. All right. All right. So it looks like the homemade potato chips are almost done. So that means I need to get a bowl out for them and get a way to whisk away oil. So, ta-da! Little things. All right. But what's good about these is you can put just a bit of sea salt over them. And I am a big fan of pepper. Fresh crack doesn't quite sting to or stick to it as well as non-fresh or like just regular pepper. So now we have ta-da, our own potato chips. So with that, we are going to get out some. We're going to make this California style now. So, ta-dum, ba-dum. All right, we will turn the plate. Here we go. So for California style, all you really need is usually some Thousand Island. So Thousand Island is super easy to make. Just ketchup, mayo, some relish, some vinegar, usually onion powder and garlic powder. So that's super duper easy to make. And then, well, that goes away. Have some fromage cheese. I am very lazy or being very lazy right now. So we are just grabbing uh, some cheese we have on hand that's in slices. Okay, and remember, if there is mold on cheese, that means it's gone probably all the way through. So get rid of the cheese if it has mold, but this one didn't, thankfully. So there you go. Some potatoes of that we made, and then some more caramelized onions, and you have the California style. Mold means very, very sick. Senora, yeah, senora style. Yeah, well, senora, I, I believe I forget what the place's actual name is. So yeah, I was having trouble remembering what the place's name was. And I guess out of all of that, Chicago style is well known well enough. So out of all that, just a simple mustard and grab the ketchup again. Ugh. And ketchup. Ta-da! So a whole bunch of different styles just right there. So we have this. We have the Latin one, lamb special, the California one, and well, just a classic. Ah, all right. So now that this is cooled down sufficiently that I can hold it in my hands, I am going to get a bread knife out. If I can find one. Bread knife. See how it has serrations? It's more like a saw than it is a actual knife. So we're going to just saw into this so we don't squish it. And see how the outside crust is all nice and thick and the inside is super fluffy? That's how you get it when you redo or basically whatchamacallit, kind of reheat it that way by getting the outside just wet enough so all the steam goes towards the inside. Whoa. All right. Whoa. There we go. And we're all good. All right. Wash my hands. I'm constantly washing my hands. So uh, for this one, though, I was thinking of making an Italian style. So I you, for things to last at the beach, you don't want mayonnaise on it, but at the same time, you can have mayonnaise if you have a cooler. So that's always nice. All right. Fromage. Uh, where is my? No, not that one. Okay, there we go. All right. So we are going to make what pesto mayonnaise. So what? Get our bowl again and get our pesto spoon. Super easy. Just a fairly good hunk of pesto. Just right in. Pesto is excellent for taking to the beach and things like that because it's mostly just kind of oils and things that are preserved. Nut fats, stuff like that. So it won't go too funky too fast. So that mayonnaise. All the mayo goes in, and hopefully it, it has some air so it can puff back up. I do enjoy QP mayo more than like American mayonnaise or Canadian mayonnaise or like Latin mayonnaise. So just make my mayo, pesto mayo. Very, very simple, very, very quick, very, very easy. But rub it, the dollop on there. There you go. Another dollop. Other half of the baguette, we'll probably get more of this later, so I will probably use more later. All right, let me put this to the side. Okay, so let's get some cheese on there. Quick, so just fold it up. Get the best coverage. And then we are going to use pepperoni. Yes, this is the cheaper pepperoni, but I don't really care. Still tasty. And within my affordable means. So maybe sacrilege for some, but more than you'll ever get at Subway. And then we have salami. If it wants to open. Ta-dum. All right. So, few slices of salami. All right. And now some capicola or fancy ham. So, oh, let me get that back real quick. Seems my droid went to sleep. There we go. We're back. I don't have a fancy camera, so I'm just using my cell phone. We have ham. Smoked ham, actually. So, ta-dum. And with all of that, usually I would say some sort of veg. Oh, yeah. Get rid of them. uh, you lamb for letting me know. But I have not listened to the Silk Song OST yet. I have been waiting, so I've been trying to be patient until I could beat Hollow Knight and all that myself. I enjoyed the Hollow Knight OST, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot, a lot. So on all of that, we have something special. So I made this beforehand. This doesn't need to be cooled or things like that. This is a kind of a cucumber quick pickle kind of salad where it's the cucumbers are still crunchy, but they have been pickled for a while. So I made this beforehand, no, starting at the week because I knew we were going to do something like this. So I'm going to put some of these on because it has that kind of certain flavor to it. All right. And there we go. Out of all of that, we are now going to bleh, smushy stuff. Uh, so this pan is still kind of warm. It has the flavors from the caramelized onion still in it. So just do this and get out my, where is it? There it is. I have a nice press. So I bought a nice press for myself, but you can do it yourself if you want to or not. Uh, I tend to enjoy pressed sandwiches. So there we go. Ah, that was heavy. All right. So we have that being pressed right now. So I'm impressed. And we are now bringing back these that have cooled sufficiently. So it tastes good. So I'm going to get a small bowl. At a small bowl and put all the potatoes in. Okay. Then put stuff away. Basically, probably been pressed enough where what? Yeah, all nice and crusty. So we'll put this on the back shelf. Oh yeah. All right. I did forget one thing though. So that's my fault. Unfortunately. Uh, why are you being such a bugger today? Um, so I am going to empty out this oil into another bowl, into the same bowl that I put the potato chips in. And just snap the pan real quick. All right, let me wash the pan. Lickety split time. Oh, oh, hot oil. And y'all will have to deal with me for 9 minutes for good reason. So I am going to make some quick hard-boiled eggs. All right, up. And hard-boiled eggs are super duper easy to make. I am probably just going to two question mark. That seems to be enough. Submerge a couple of eggs in water and basically wait 9 minutes and then have a water bath ready and waiting for them. So, or a ice bath ready and waiting for them. So that's pretty much it. That's all you need for hard-boiled eggs. Super duper simple, super duper easy. Let's set a timer for, oh wait, not 9 hours. We're on 9 minutes. Okay, so we have a timer set for 9 minutes. So the eggs should be good by then. So meantime, we will deal with this. So I'm going to dump the rest of my onions in there, caramelized onions, because like I said, they keep very well. This is my green onion powder. Yes, your boiled eggs are going into this potato salad. So this is green onion powder. Instead of using actual green onions, I'm using just this green onion powder. And then, all right. So the secret behind a lot of this stuff is trying to make a knockout with flavor. I just need to find all the proper ingredients. So a big one is Worcestershire sauce. So tiny dab of Worcestershire gives it a kind of savory, meaty flavor. Right. And then I have, where is it? Mm, I have a cheap blend. It's called Original Seasoning Blend, but all it is like onion powder, pepper, mustard, celery, cayenne, like oregano, bay, coriander, cumin, basil, parsley, marjoram, garlic, things like that. So, ta-da! Just a little bit of this goes in. All it really needs though is um, onion powder and garlic powder. You can do that with the salt as well. So I probably will do add a little bit more garlic salt into it. So add garlic salt. Garlic salt is great. Can go over anything, everything. It has parsley in it already, but I'm probably going to add a bit more dried parsley into this myself. So dried parsley. Ta-da. And that that's all you really need. So always put in some olive oil. So just a little bit. And a bit more pepper, probably. This is where you can use fresh cracked pepper. I'm lazy, but uh, so nope. Have some red wine vinegar. So that goes in a little bit of a splash. So instead of normal sugar, I actually like to do something very different uh, than what others kind of do. So instead of normal sugar, I use, since I have it usually on file, sweet chili sauce. Sweet chili sauce is very, 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 very tasty. So a little bit of sweet chili sauce because it gives that sugar and that heat at the same time. So, like, if you can think of ways to substitute one item for another item, go for it. Like, that's invention, innovation, things that are created that are beyond the norm. So, you have all of that all set up and ready. Okay. So, let's put in some more mayonnaise. All right. All the mayo. Just squeeze it out. Manhandle it a bit. You owe me money. I missed. There we go. I got it in the trash can now. All right. And then from here, you add a bit of mustard of your choice, be it yellow mustard. I like a little bit of Dijon mustard because it's complicated in a way. It has that weird complicated taste. It has alcohol in it. But yeah, just a tiny bit. And then I believe that should be all. We're just waiting on the eggs now. So well, we need to let the eggs boil and then rapid cool them, which is not a bad thing. So meantime, I will clean up a little bit of stuff if I can. Hopefully not make too much of a mess. We shall. Okay, I'm gonna grab a bowl, clean out this bowl real quick. Yes, alcohol. Yeah. Dijon mustard usually contains white wine. I am a fan of actually, what is it? The whole kind of deli stone ground mustard. Very, very tasty, especially on like pretzels and breads and stuff like that. So I would, if you ever have a chance to get that kind of real mustard, I would try it if I were you. It's tastes like a world of difference. But all right, yeah, we need some icicles. So the ice is all set. If you want this to actually get colder, just put a bit of salt over the ice. And now we have our ice water for our eggies to stop them from cooking. So while we're dumping the eggs or the hard-boiled eggs into ice water is literally because we need to stop the cooking time. And basically, if you keep going, it gets kind of like yucky and stuff like that. So, what? All right. I don't think I have anything more I need to cut. What else? Here's my knife. Need to clean up the area in front of me. What? All right. And let's see. Put this away. Whoa, I'm running out of energy. And I'm gonna keep these out. Good reason. Uh, we put away some of the other meats, stuff like that. So, yeah, as you cook, you should usually clean while things are cooking. So it's usually that's called dovetailing or doing multiple tasks at once, uh, did it within the same time instead of waiting on to do tasks. So dovetail when you can, especially if you live alone. Okay. And then make sure you have everything accessible within your reach, especially if you're a VTuber, because you are very prone to forgetting things unless you actually see them in front of you while you're streaming. So have everything within reach. Even the even those who protect knowledge shall keep things in, well, tablet form in their own way. So I have my own tablets in a way that I keep track of so that I can have a good time. But why is this taking forever? Why are you running away? Oh, I probably should put the lid on, shouldn't I? So the lid, what it helps is contain kinetic energy inside the pot. So why it takes longer without the lid than with the lid is because there's more kinetic energy in the pot to boil water than if you have it without. All that kinetic energy kind of escapes. So you're looking for with and without. So what else goes into this? Let's see. I think I have waiting on the eggs. Uh, last, I will probably be posting these potato or these recipes in general afterwards. So, uh, I think it. All right. So yes, we are waiting on the egg. So okay. I do plan my streams a lot of the times. So the week beforehand, I every Sunday I put out a schedule, and that schedule usually is my plan. So usually I plan by the week. So every Sunday I plan for the next week. So this coming, well, tomorrow is going to be my plan. But if there's like major things that are already lined up and stuff like that. So like Thursday and Friday, I am going to be playing Borderlands. Friday is not my usual streaming day, but I'm still going to be playing it. I will be back on Monday and Wednesday, or I'll be back on Monday, probably learning something new, probably trying out more art, because art is actually very, very neat. So I'm enjoying learning different styles, art like that. Trying to get used to digital art style. So that's a lot. And then when it's on Wednesday, we will probably either be playing no, we'll probably be playing cassette beats because I wanted to get back to cassette beats, but, um, whatchamacallit, we also have the Minecraft server still up and running still, so we are going to maybe be seeing that server again pretty soon. I enjoy the server very, very much, and it's a lot of fun, and we will see. We've been inviting other VTubers along to come and play. Um, Dat is one of the ones we've invited, and once once they're set and ready, we'll have them being harassed on this on the Minecraft server as well. So hopefully they're ready for that. Um, Lots of vampires, lots of chance cubes, lots of fun things here and there that we can go on adventures for and things like that. So the eggs are now in the freezing phase. Ah, but eggies. But yes, at times I do plan streams. At other times I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Um, yeah, I think Saturday will be the kind of road trip kind of whatchamacallit, stream because a lot of people are going back to school and things like that, and it's good to make snacks and stuff. So we will be planning. All right. So from there, we will probably see. Like I'm gonna make popcorn, trail mix, things that are probably good for a car. So and won't get you killed because yeah, some people, if you eat in their car, they'll try and kill you, and, I've had it happen to me before where I've, eaten gummies and one dropped on the seat, and then they tried to kill me because it melted. I got it up, but, yeah. It's I have a big problem with, gummies, in general. Um, I am very much addicted to them. I enjoy gummies a lot, and so, yeah, you'll usually see me if like, the other day when we were playing Minecraft, I was actually munching on, some gummies while, uh, some stuff was being, done. Actually, no, I think it was the Peak collab. I was munching on gummies while everyone else was alive and running around. Alright. Oh, undercooked. So, a little bit longer. A little too undercooked. So bleh. I need to turn back on the stove and put this back in. And let's go get, another one. I knew I should have started earlier. Alright. See? This is what I mean by flying by the seat of my pants at times. Uh, well, I enjoy my time with all of you as well. I enjoy my game streams a lot. I enjoy streams that literally are, like, meant for, like, inspiring and things, teaching as well. So, yes, when you boil eggs, make sure you actually or if you're gonna hard boil eggs, make sure you actually, wait till the water is boiling and then put your eggs in, and then wait 9 minutes because that is how you get your results. So, that's what I'm waiting for right now. I think that's all that's left for the potato salad per se. Um, yeah, interesting. Oh, hey, stuff on here. Okay. Uh, Interesting tools though. I'm using one of these. Um, if you do eat a lot of eggs, this is probably your savior. Uh, Basically, you can just do that, and it's cut one way. Do that, and it's cut the other way. So I suggest if you actually do eat a lot of them, you get one of those. So, but in the meantime, let's actually try out the hot dog creations. So Lap, yours is first. Let's try yours. So we'll see how well you did in creating a hot dog. So, all right, the microphone away. It reminds me a bit of a Hawaiian pizza, like a good Hawaiian pizza, because there can be good Hawaiian pizzas. But usually I won't go out of my way to buy Hawaiian pizza, but I'll eat it if it's there. Definitely, definitely. I can do that next time. Because I have something interesting. Pineapple peach salsa. So I've been wondering to try this and how to try this. So made with pineapples, peaches, and jalapeno peppers. So that's probably going to be pretty good. Hopefully. Wah. So it should be very tasty. Oh, let me put these back away. Wah. All right. Hmm. Jalapeno is uh I'm not great with raw jalapeno, but with cooked or pickled jalapenos, I actually really like pickled jalapenos. So it's great on the fake cheese that goes over nachos. So it spices up the nachos in enough. So if you don't have like sriracha around, you can use that as well. But yeah, that's the benefits of living in an international community at the moment. I drive like 10 minutes in any direction, and I can pick up any sort of food from around the world that I want. So I'm very, very blessed and thankful. So, what else? How are eggs coming along? Probably not enough. Well, yeah, I've been looking at the Silk Song stuff, and I've been really wanting to get into Hollow Knight, but that's you have to get into Hollow Knight because there is a lot to Hollow Knight, and there's a lot to learn, like a lot to learn. So that's something that's worth investment, but at the same time, I am very deathly afraid of that investment because it's true. Uh, I see a lot of people like overlapping kind of a lot of the stuff, and it's just like, oh, am I a clown again? So yeah, I want to get into it, but it's kind of really hard to know where to start. Another one I wanted to get into was Ori and the Blind Forest. So yeah, it looks super duper cute. I need to get into more Metroidvanias. I don't even remember the last Metroidvania. Oh, I think I remember the last Metroidvania I played, and it was quite a while ago. Um, I was actually playing Bloodstained. So the new mode, the DLC mode, came out for Bloodstained. So I beat the original story 100% when it came out, and then the DLC came out for Dominic, and so I went after the DLC. And so that's the last Metroidvania I believe I played, or 2D Metroidvania I played. A lot of them now, I've been just playing a lot of games that are multiplayer and stuff like that because, well, I have, people I wanna play with and things like that, so that's what I do. Uh, let's let's try this one next. What? Alright, next hot dog. Alright. Oh, mm, the salsa and the guacamole on it is really good. So, if you ever wanna be lazy making guacamole, make pico de gallo and then put some of the pico de gallo ingredients into some avocado, and there you go, you have guacamole. Aw. Yeah, I learned that trick, unfortunately, through thinking objectively because I wanted some pico de gallo, but I wanted some guacamole at the same time. So I was thinking, okay, I have to make all this for guacamole, and I started cutting up everything. Then I realized I was cutting up everything for pico de gallo as well. So basically, it just completely overlapped, and it made my life super duper easy. I know it's not really traditional, but it makes my life easy. But also, if I get super lazy, I just buy some, the green salsa, the salsa verde or the tomatillo salsa, and just mix it with some avocado, and it tastes like some of the best guac in you can possibly have. So, make sure you learn how to ripen an avocado correctly, because a lot of people eat them when they're, like, watery and rubbery, so that's horrible. What you need to do is a guac doesn't turn good until it turns a bit smushy. So you need to, put it in a paper bag so it can release the gases which ripen it, and those gases which ripen it literally, like, kind of make it all a little bit squishy, and then when it's squishy enough where you kind of leave it indent, that's when it's ready. And then you, like, open it and kind of core it, and then you do all that stuff. So, make sure you know how it works. But yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. A lot of people, were warning that, if you play, Silk Song, this week, especially this week and next week, um, that you will probably see your, Twitch numbers dip because, uh, a lot of people actually want to play the game, and because of that, a lot of people are avoiding watching their favorite streamers and things like that play, like Silk Song and stuff. So that's why streamers are having a little bit of a hit when playing Silk Song, even though it's popular right now. So it's very interesting, the psychology of individuals and stuff like that. And as Ah, big fair. Yeah, I was watching well, I was watching, some of the Hollow Girls earlier play. I am a big fan of a lot of the Hollow Live English girls. I am not a fan of corpo in general, like the corpo behind the talents, but Hollow Live does very well with picking its talents. So their talents are insanely talented, and I there's, like, no way around, like, them being like, people are still gonna watch them like crazy, and even if they're, like, little gremlins like Gigi. Gigi is adorable, she is, she acts very much the part of, like, Gen Alpha, but, yeah, you have to, I work with enough Gen Alpha where, I have to take Gen Alpha with a grain of salt because my brain, can't process everything that they say. Because processing everything that they say is a extremely difficult task. So, yeah, I adore Gen Alpha, but sometimes my brain is just like, "Holy hell, what are they saying?" A lot of at times, I'm like, "Hey, I don't understand. Can you explain it to me?" Of course, they look at me like, "Oh, old fogey." So, but a lot of times, it's as long as you're honest with them and don't BS them, a lot of the people nowadays are happy to kind of explain things to you. And this is also where Urban Dictionary is your friend. If you have not heard of Urban Dictionary, you probably should make yourself very much acquainted to Urban Dictionary because so many slang things that come around are added to Urban Dictionary, and it's super duper helpful, especially having multiple ways in which for real, no cap on God. Yeah, yep, totes. I like I said, I love my kids, but I don't. But having them come into the classroom and go, "Oh, this and happened, and skibbity this and riz that," and I'm just like, "All right, all right, much pain, all right." So yeah, it's amazing what some of these kids get up to nowadays. So yeah, we'll definitely try and decipher things the best of our ability. But it's not always successful. Yeah, I've actually been to Ohio, on a business conference and the deaf, but yeah, it's, not the best place to be in a way, so we'll see. Yeah, but for this, you don't need, for, like, potato salad, you don't need to add mayonnaise. Um, Sometimes oil and vinegar is just enough, and it's enough to kind of, if you add it to the hot potatoes instead of the cold potatoes, as the potatoes cool down, it absorbs it better. So that's one secret. Um, Usually just like it's kind of like a pickling in a way, and also there is things like onions you can add to it, things like that. Um, the secret to onions though is slicing the onions as thin as possible, and then rinsing them like crazy. Um, If you do not want, like, the harsh onion flavors, rinse your onions like crazy, and they will taste, like, much better, especially under cold water. So, it gets rid of a lot of the sulfur kind of tastes and flavors and things. So What? I think the eggs are ready this time. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let's get them into the water. In. Cold, cold, cold. So, yeah, we'll see about what happens tomorrow. Um, hopefully I get my schedule out and things aren't too crazy, so I can have some fun with it, y'all. But otherwise, we will see what shall occur. Okay. All right. That is done. All right. I think this needs a little bit more time to sit there. Yep, they need time. So let's let them sit for a moment and add a few more icy cubes. Let that go and have a good night, Dad. Rest well. Hope you get the rest you need. I know you were exhausted the other day, so if you wanted or if you need help joining the Minecraft server, I'm around. So good luck, Godspeed. I'll see ya. Annyeong. But yeah, well, okay. Let's get the pan off the stove. Wow. I have a lot to clean up tonight. Oh, but this should make life easier. And, well, we're going to hopefully be having some fun tomorrow, so we'll see. What game should I play coming up? I know I'm probably gonna be playing 7 Days to Die. I probably will turn on Twitch integration for it as well. I did download Crowd Control, I believe that's what it's called. So, yes, I will be playing Digimon. I need to play the New World Order, so um, we will be doing Digimon. Because that is one of my favorite games. Like I said, I am more of a Digimon girl versus a Pokemon girl. So yes, we will be definitely be playing all that fun stuff. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is something interesting. So see egg here? I'm actually going to cut it in half, remove the yolk, and put the yolk directly into the stuff there because the yolk mixes well, very well with mayonnaise. So if you just cut it in general, it doesn't get integrated as good as it possibly could. So from here, we are going to peel this one as well. Weh. All right, this one's peeled. Eh, okay, cut it in half. See no weird green line around the yolk. So, all right, get the yolk out. and get the yolk out. So yes, the secret to Japanese like egg salad sandwiches is like kind of a lot of the separation of yolk and things like that. So in the future, if you need an egg salad sandwich Japanese style, yep, that's the way. But there you go. One way, put it the other way. See how the lines are the other way. And now we have tiny slices. Ta-da! So once again, one way, and then scoop it off, put it back, other way, and in you go. So one way, it off, well, get them in there. That's the good thing about this thing is all it is wires, and it goes through like butter, and just in you go. Ta-da! And all right, one way. So you don't need these specialized tools. Everything can just be done with a knife. I've acquired tools as I've gotten lazier. So now we just mix everything up very well. And it now smells like fart because of the sulfuric chemicals coming off the eggs. So yes, we now have our potato salad that is all set and ready to go. So putting all this stuff away, getting rid of the ice bath, that away. We have our sandwich and other half baguettes. We have our hot dog. And we had our potato chips, but I there there's the rest of them, but we have these potato chips here. I guess I can put them there. Ta-da! So we have our cookout mainly. Dessert is fruits, as you can see. We have fruits cut up. Blah. Because fruit is very hydrating and it has a lot of electrolytes and good things like that that your body needs, especially after uh, especially after whatchamacallit, a day on the beach. Hydration is always good, especially hydrated like that. And we have where was it put? It over here? Uh, where where did it go? Let's see. I may cut out for a moment. But nope, not in there. But but so I'm back. What else? Where did it go? There it is. And I told you there would be an alternative to s'mores. So at the beach, It's always great to have a bit of chocolate and, well, there you go, some sweets. It's chocolate in a loaf cake form, and basically you can cut it up, have some sweets with it, and things like that. So you can always frost it if you want, but ta-da! Our We have our entire cookout. Yay! All right, but thank you all. Um, I have probably too much to clean up, but I probably will end it here for today. Um, I will give you an update on how things taste in tweets and things like that, and on the Discord. So you're more than welcome to join the Discord, tweets, stuff like that. Let me go Discord. Ba Oh, I guess this command isn't working. But anyways, yep, that's about it. And well, I'm very tired right now. I haven't been sleeping well because of the heat. So we will get back to here. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. I adore all of you. Thank all of you for being here. I know my Saturday stuff is always a little bit strange, but soon I should probably be cutting it up and clipping it. So that will all be over on my YouTube. So you're more than welcome to see how to like remake stuff on the YouTube. I may voice over more stuff additionally and add recipes and things like that. I know I promised more rainbow stuff, so I probably will do something like that soon. So, thank you for having fun with me, and thank you for spending all this time with me. And I hope you have a wonderful night, whatever you may do. Please learn, please grow, please thrive. Uh, and well, continue to come back and tell me just about everything that you do because, well, I'm here for it. And I'm happy that you're here for it too. So you're always welcome. You're always safe. And for now, ta ta.